Hello, beautiful souls. All right, it has been a long time since I've actually made a video and posted. So I thought I would say, hey, talk a little bit about what has been going on with me, since I know a lot of us are going through very similar things right now. Normalize what it is we're going through. Wow. So as always for me in the month of August, I started out with this thing of purifying my circle, purifying my field. I get really sensitive and I get triggered very easily. And so I know that's about me. So I see things happen, feel the triggeredness, and then I'm like, whoa, what's going on? So what's interesting is that one of the big things that I've been working through lately is manipulation. And what's funny is that, you know, all through my life, this life, I've been dealing with things like gaslighting and manipulation and feeling like I couldn't be myself. Well, now I am being myself. But whenever I feel like something is not quite adding up, you know, with the words and the actions or the feelings, I get very confused. And I'm just now starting to really trust myself. So whatever that feeling is that I'm getting, it's like, okay, this is not for me. If I'm getting this message, I don't really indicator. It looks like an indicator light. I'm not going to be manipulated. You know, and it's not even about toxicity. And I'm going to say that because a lot of people are like, hey, you know, remove the toxic people from your life. And let me tell you what, sometimes we are our own toxic people. I'm feeling like that's a way more than a sometimes. A lot of the time, we are the toxic ones. So it's not really about removing toxicity. It's about encouraging relationships with people who communicate, who are willing to be vulnerable, share themselves. And the ones that aren't, because the ones that aren't, that tends to feel like, you know, passive aggressive. It tends to feel like manipulation. It tends to feel like codependency. And I'm just not there. And so I'm like, no, I'm not playing. I'm not playing the game. Definitely not playing that game. And when I say that, it's like the people that I'm talking about who I'm noticing it from, they don't know they're doing it. And the other weird part is that I no longer feel any sense of obligation to let anybody know. If I see what's going on with them, if I see their patterning, if I see their wounding, unless they ask me, I don't say a word. And it was so funny because I've been doing that for a while. You know, I have some friends that are staying with me and they haven't really been getting along the best, but they also haven't really asked for my input. So I say nothing. They'll figure it out or they'll ask. But it was so funny because I was in counseling and my counselor was like, hey, you know, I just want to remind you. I would think I was talking about not wanting to give unsolicited advice. And he's like, yeah, well, he's like, I'm sure I've told you this. Unsolicited advice is criticism. And I was like, okay. So the people that are giving unsolicited advice, first of all, there's this sense of hierarchy that they know better. And second of all, what are they doing? I mean, why do these people feel like they need to criticize? Is that helpful? Because we all know that when we are open, we will ask, and then we will implement whatever we feel like we need to. But if somebody is not open to hearing, then why say? Who is that really about then? Is it about you and your ego? Is it, if it was me, it would be about me and my ego. It has absolutely nothing to do with them. Anyway, so I would say that over the last month, projection has also been coming in very strongly for me. Like projection of others, but also, I'm noticing how I'm interacting, and, when I am triggered, which I went through this full-blown PTSD, feeling unsafe thing. And it had been a long time since I had been in that energy. And I was just noticing it was not just me. Almost everybody that I came into contact with was going through something very similar. A lot of projection. And so when that happens, I'm always like, okay, what is the truth of any situation? What is real? Because if you have a lot of people that are all projecting and it's not really your stuff, that doesn't do any good to take it on. So that was when I started to spend more time alone. Reduce the amount of people that are in my space. Reduce my interactions. And it's funny because I am all about connection, but if it's all about projection, then I'm not sure what that is. That's not for me. That's not about me. That's not helping anything. Except for me learning to trust my intuition that says, hey, this is projection. This is not about you. Now, if I get emotionally triggered by the projection, that's a whole different thing, because then that's mine. Right? Anyway, so I am coming out on the other side of all this. And with this new sense of clarity about what it is I want, which is always good to develop that discernment. So that's about it. This month, in the last little bit of July, that's been intense, man. It's been a lot. A lot has been coming up about programming, about societal gender roles, and expectations. And so part of the thing that just keeps coming in for me is like, hey, just go have fun. Yeah, there's a bazillion things I can be doing right now that are super serious. But to help lighten is important right now. So do something that is fun. Do something that makes you laugh. Do something to dance, do something to sing, do some art, whatever it is. Have some fun. Break the monotony. Break the seriousness. We are way too serious right now. I mean, in general. Anyway, I just wanted to share that. I love you guys. I hope you guys are doing well.